How's it going, my friends? My name is Gary and this is my channel Weakest to Weeks. If you're a first time viewer, I appreciate you clicking on the video and definitely consider subscribing. Now today I learned a hard lesson. Basically, I'm a dummy. One of my last videos I did was on the replacement of the grounding straps on a GMT400 platform vehicle, this being my 1998 Chevy K1500. And while the front ground strap replacement procedure was basically to OEM spec, the back one by the fuel filler neck, I kind of took a shortcut, and fortunately a commenter reached out and basically explained to me I did that installation completely wrong. So I'm here to admit my mistakes and show you the proper way to replace the ground strap on your GMT400 platform vehicle by this fuel filler neck. Here's the fuel door, and the ground strap that I attached is actually right here. So we'll get up underneath the truck and I'll show you a better view of what exactly I did and what needs fixed. Here's the back side of the fuel door. Now you have access to the fuel filler neck and my previous repair of this grounding strap. So the original cable went from the underside of this metal bed rail directly to the fuel filler neck right there, and that is exactly what is left of my original grounding strap. And notice how this backside is totally flat. I don't know what the other side looks like at this point in time, but I also presume that is flat and riveted in, and that's the exact reason why I decided to attach my new grounding strap to an existing bolt for this fuel door. All I did was just add a nut in and then of course add in the new grounding strap. But a subscriber pointed the simple fact out that this stuff is already metal and attached. So notice the metal bed frame structure, the metal inner wheel liner, the metal side bed rail, and the metal fuel door. So without this grounding strap here, everything is already attached and grounded, but what isn't is the metal fuel filler neck to the metal side bed. There's a piece of plastic here. So that is why you have a grounding strap from the factory attached to the bed frame to this fuel filler neck. Now I presume it has something to do with the fact that when you pump gas, you can create static electricity, and that, I guess, channels it from causing any sparks. I don't know, but what I do know is the simple fact that this is pointless, incorrect, so today we're gonna fix that. I swear, every freaking time I look at my truck, there's more scratches. Anyways, so to start, we obviously have the fuel cap. Unscrew that. Now we have 3 different bolts, and I'm using a 9/32. So that first one loosens up this gas cap. We'd set that to the side. Next up, we got this little plastic push pin or push rivet. I'll just take a flat blade screwdriver, lift up on the center of it. So that's all the push rivet is. And we got a T30 Torx bit, and we'll undo these 2 screws here. See if we can finagle this plastic piece out of here. With that plastic piece out, get better access to this side of the fuel filler neck, and right there is exactly the other side of where the factory grounding strap attaches to, and 100% from the factory that is riveted in. So you can drill that out, just be cognizant of metal shavings possibly going down in the fuel filler neck, and obviously fuel vapors being highly combustible. You don't want to be causing any sparks. So I think what we'll do is use an existing hole right there, clean it up, find the appropriate size bolt, and then attach our grounding strap right there and reassemble. Here's the hardware that I coupled up together that we're going to use to mount that grounding strap to the fuel filler neck. Now, one thing take note of, you want a bolt as flat as physically possible because it's actually a bit recessed in there. Now I did have a couple flatheads that I could have used, but I found this Allen key, so I definitely like the idea of using an Allen key over a flathead. Almost certain this is left over from a piece of assembled IKEA furniture. Whoops, definitely had an extra bolt through to my parts bin. But this is 1/4x20, have a matching 1/4x20 lock nut, 2 washers, and it's gonna go in the factory hole. Notice how it's a bit recessed. That sits in like that, pretty darn good size. Sticks out just a wee bit, but whenever this plastic piece goes over top of it, it will make some contact with this, but not a lot. And then that's probably why the original one was riveted from the factory, just to get as much space as physically possible. It's probably hard to see, but this is cleaned up. I have a washer, ground strap, another washer, and the nut. Oh, hi there. Hopefully you're able to see me tighten this ground strap. Ground strap fully tightened. And whenever you're attaching these pesky little 9/32 bolts back into place, this bottom left one is the bolt that holds in this fuel gas cap. Go ahead and attach this plastic push rivet. Make sure this top section is pulled all the way up. Line that up. Push that center down. Now this is pretty much in place. We can line up these 2 last bolts. Before we do that, let's fully tighten the gas cap. Before I reattach these 2 bolts up there, I actually added some anti-seize in case I ever have to go back in here to replace this ground strap, and of course never fails. You always look like the Tin Man by the time you're done using anti-seize. But these again are the T30 Torx screws. Like I said, you don't have to use much of this stuff and you make a mess. Here's the revised installation of this ground strap. You remember before it was attached to that fuel door bracket. Now it's attached correctly to the fuel filler neck. Of course, didn't use the original mounting location because I didn't want to mess with that rivet, but fortunately they gave you an extra hole. All we had to do was add a bolt, and now it is correctly grounded. If you haven't already checked out that other video where I replaced the frame to firewall to engine grounding straps, I highly suggest you do. These are incredibly important to make sure your vehicle runs properly. That, my friends, is going to wrap it up on today's video. I appreciate you making it this far. I'm not scared to admit when I made a mistake. It's how you correct those mistakes is what is important. So I appreciate the subscriber reaching out to notify me that I didn't correctly install the grounding strap on the fuel filler neck of this OBS Chevy. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, by all means, drop a comment down below. I hope to see you on the next one for more OBS Chevy adventures. Thanks for watching.